Hey viewers, it's Bo Beatty with Llama Life. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to go over the different items that you need to be able to pack a llama in the backcountry. So we'll go kind of in good detail about everything that you need, and obviously there's many different brands and styles of the same gear and equipment, but we'll go through and show you guys what you need to pack a llama. Okay guys, so when you're looking to pack llamas in the backcountry or around your house or whatever, but as long as you're packing llamas, there's certain gear and equipment that we recommend that you have. And you pretty much have to start off with the essentials. You gotta have a halter. The halter is the harness that goes over their nose and clips over in the back behind their ears. So this is kind of piece number one. And we like Sopris halters. This is called the Sopris X halter. We'll put a link in the description below where you can buy these. This is pretty much one of the few things that we don't make here at the ranch. Charlie and his crew do a great job and highly recommend it. And for large pack llamas, we recommend, getting a right fit for your llama. So this is size 6 that fits most of our older packers. You can get a size 5, 6, or 7, and mostly those 3 sizes of halters will fit most adult llamas. And so again, Sopris X halter, kind of piece number 1 of packing with llamas. And then piece number 2 is having some type of a lead rope. And there's all sorts of variations of lead ropes. We sell these online. If you'd like to buy some of these from us, just let us know. This is what we found out to be the kind of the ultimate for us as far as lead ropes go. You can buy lead ropes at any ranch store. When you buy llamas, typically they'll sell you the lead rope and the halter will come together. And so we like these lead ropes because they have a bowl snap on top. And so it's a brass bowl snap, and these things last forever. And then they swivel so they don't bind. So now you've got your halter, you've got your lead rope, and now you can at least catch your llama and put them into the trailer. Now we'll go into, now you've got your llama caught, you've got your halter, the red part here, you've got your lead rope. Now we'll go into the next step. So before you put on your saddle and weigh out your panniers and do all your packing, it's really important to brush out your llama. And so having a good brush, and this is just a slicker brush. They call these large dog slicker brushes. You can find them online. And I really like these because they get a lot of the debris out of the llama's wool. And so you want to brush out your llama, get all the debris out so that when you put the pack on, there's nothing on the llama's back that's going to hurt him, that's going to be in between the saddle blanket and the animal's back. So getting all the debris out is really important. So you've got your halter and lead rope. Now you've got your slicker brush to be able to clean your llama's back off. Well, now you've got your llama cleaned up, now you can actually go and put the saddle on. So there's lots of different variations, lots of different makes of saddles. We make our own saddles here and have designed our own blanket system. So this is our llama blanket. This will go up and over to the llama's back, and then we'll put the saddle on. So we just call this the blanket. And so all saddles will have some type of blanket or pad, whether it's actually hard fitted into the saddle or if they're 2 separate pieces, the blanket and the saddle. So these are saddles that we make, and we actually learned how to make these from a gentleman out of Wyoming named Al, and he showed us how to make these. And then we learned from some boys up in Canada, some old packers up there that pack with mules and horses. These guys pack up in the northern Rockies, and they do hundreds and hundreds of miles every year. And so they have a very similar design that they use for the mules up there. And so we took what we learned from Al and what we learned from the boys up in Canada, and then we kind of made our tweaks, and this is what we ended up with. So there's a lot of similar styles and patterns out there, but there's only one original saddle like this. And so we have different widths of trees, and this is what they call a saddle center or saddle tree. And there's different designs of planks for your llamas, and we have 9 different planks, and because every llama is not the same. And so I think the most important thing when choosing a saddle is making sure the saddle fits for your llama and that there's no hot spots. And so I could go into great detail about saddles, which we were going to do in another video, but this is just a component of it. So you need to have a good saddle that you trust and it's going to work for your llama and not injure your llama in any way or have any hot spots. So we've got our llama caught with our halter and lead rope. We've got our llama cleaned off with our slicker brush. We've got our saddle pad, we've got our blanket, and now we kind of go into some of the more fine details. So you can got to go to your panniers. Now we can pack up our panniers. So panniers, when people talk about panniers, there's all sorts of different dimensions and size. These are pretty much the biggest panniers on the market. We make these here, we make these right here in eastern Idaho, and they're pretty outstanding panniers. Panniers are really fun to use and to have, and there's so many different styles, shapes, sizes, colors, and I just recommend going with something that you trust. And after a decade of packing, this is what we came up with. This is our 9th design as far as panniers go. And panniers are basically, these are the bags that you're going to put on the side of the llama that are going to carry all the gear. And like I said, there's lots of different ways to do this. Having a simple pannier setup that you throw all your gear and equipment in is pretty ideal. And so all your gear and equipment will go in there on one side, and then the rest of it will go in the other pannier on the other side. So each llama needs 2 panniers in order to go up the mountain and carry the weight that you need them to carry. And so if you guys want a pair of these, just let us know. We do sell them on the website. There's a couple other great manufacturers out there that also sell panniers, and there's a lot of used stuff selling online at eBay and Craigslist and things like that. So now you got your panniers on. One of the things that you need to make sure to pack in your panniers is the first aid kit. And so this is kind of a commercial first aid kit. It's a little bit, well, it's huge and has a lot of different stuff in there for a lot of different animals if things go wrong. And so having a good first aid kit is really important. We have a first aid video, so we'll put that at the end if you guys want to watch our first aid kit of what's in this thing. Also, we like to make sure that we have a saddle repair kit. So this is kind of saddle, pannier, llama kit, anything that might break. There's extra carabiners in here that we use on our lead ropes. There's extra bungee cords that we use. There's extra zip ties, bolts and nuts, and just a few extra things in case anything breaks in the backcountry. Most of the time you can kind of get by making your own replacement in the backcountry, but it's always great to have the exact item that you need. And so now that you got some few things to put inside the panniers, you have to weigh your panniers out. And when we weigh our panniers, we pretty much like them to be even. If one side of the pannier is 35 pounds, then we want the other side of the pannier to be 35 pounds. Usually you can get away with 1 pound differences, but if you have the time, I definitely recommend taking the time and weighing the panniers out to be exactly even. This is one of my favorite scales. We'll put where to buy these online. These are made in California. They're Feather River Sport scales, and this is just a fishing scale that goes down to 50 pounds. So this will go up to 100 pounds, and the reason why I like it is just it's very accurate, but only starts weighing at 20 pounds. This thing starts at 1 pound. So I like having 2 scales for the main purpose of you never know when one's going to break or you'll lose one. And so if you go back in the backcountry, you're hiking and camping, and the next day comes where you're going to load up all your llamas, and you can't find one of your scales, well, you know where your replacement scale is, hopefully. So having 2 becomes really handy. When we're packing, especially starting September 1 here in the western states, we like to use one of these collars. And believe it or not, we tried forever to design these things, and the dimension of these took forever to figure out, but we finally got it nailed down. And so you've got a reflective band tape on the top and the bottom, and I think that it took us 5 tries to nail this as far as dimension and style and the durable material. And so these will go around the neck of your llama, and at night, if you ever need to check your llamas, you can just look out your tent with your headlamp, look at your llamas, and this reflective tape will glow really bright in the dark, and it's really easy to count your llamas. 1, 2, 3, 4, there they are, and all is well. And also it's good for safety orange, because usually around the western states in the Rocky Mountains, starting September 1st, there's hunting season starts in most states. And then you have people out hunting, and it's just a safety measure that I like to take when you're going out in the backcountry. Even if you're not hunting, there's other hunters around, it's important to be conscientious of that. So we've got pretty much our safety equipment, our replacement equipment, our scales, our halter, our lead rope, and now we've got our panniers packed up, our saddle on, and we're at camp. So now that you're at camp, you need to have a way to tether or stake out, and sometimes referred to as picketing your llama. And so this is just a 1-foot stake you put in the ground. We actually have a video of all about picketing your llamas, so check that out. We'll put that in the description below. And so now we can tie our llamas up at camp, and they have a means of having 18 feet or so to be able to go and eat and forage as they choose. So this is important, and we put this in our buckets, which I'm going to show you next. Okay, so I really like having these 4.5 gallon square buckets, and they also come with lids. The reason why I like them is you can put 2 of them side by side in one side of a pannier, put the lid on, and then they're waterproof. You can put anything you want in here. You can pre-weigh these and say, have one labeled all your kitchen gear, and then you have one put, you know, all your food. And the reason why I like these is because they serve as a way to keep things waterproof in your panniers. They add great dimension to the panniers in the side of the Llama. You can use them to sit down on at camp, use them as a stool. And then you can also go and gather water. And so we like to usually go out to the stream, pick up the water, and then bring it over to our llamas and let them drink. So that's kind of our preferred method. So I recommend at least having 1, if not 2, on every pack trip that you go on. And then it's always good to have a few pellets. So in this bucket we've got pellets. We have these made out east and shipped here 3 or 4 times a year. If you guys are interested in getting some of the recipe here, or having we have up to 20,000 pounds of these shipped to us a year, and then we sell them to people as they come by the ranch or need them for their own llamas. And then we typically bring a scoop. This is a 2-cup scoop, and with the pellets here, a 2-cup scoop will end up being a pound to a pound and a quarter of pellets. And we like to give a pound to a pound and a quarter of pellets to the llamas every day while in the backcountry. And the reason is it has mineral, vitamins, and good supplement as far as protein, fat, and fiber for the llamas when we're packing. So it really helps them maintain their fitness throughout the year, and then helps them stay healthy. So highly recommend it. It's worked out really, really well for us, having the scoop, pellets, and bucket. So there's only one more piece to the puzzle. This is not necessary, but I really like it. These are called Fano saws, and this is their 24-inch saw. And the reason why I like this is it just slides on one side of the llama, usually on the handler side, which is the left side of the llama. And then say you're hiking with your llama, this goes underneath the pannier, so the pannier would be my arm, it would sit on top of it. If you're hiking and come across some deadfall that you can't cross or go around, then you can take out the saw, cut the deadfall, put it back in, and away you go without having to take off all the gear and equipment to be able to get to a saw. So I really like having these hand saws, especially because we travel so much in the wilderness and you can't take a chainsaw. So pretty much one of these goes on each and every one of our trips, and I highly recommend it. Then it's nice to have at camp if you're looking to build a nice campfire, or if you need it for building braces or an A-frame of any kind. So that's pretty much the gear and equipment that we recommend that you have while taking a llama packing in the backcountry. If you have any questions, please let us know. Leave them in the comment section. And now we're gonna go catch a llama, put all the gear and equipment on them, and get them ready for packing. That's it, guys. That's everything you need in order to go to the backcountry, hiking, camping, and packing llamas. So hopefully it was helpful. If you have any questions about any of the gear equipment, please leave a comment below. And thanks for joining us. Please subscribe.